Hello everybody, I'm John Evans, and you're watching another episode of Mid-Mod Money, the show that teaches you how to buy and sell vintage items for a profit. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Monday, and it is a happy Monday because, as some of you know, it's the first Monday of the month, and we give away a free vintage treasure. That's right, at the end of this episode, you'll see what you can win by merely subscribing to this internet program and commenting on this very video. And next week we will pull a random subscriber who will win this item. Side note to this week's giveaway, there are actually two items to win. So next week we'll spin the wheel once, and then you get another bite at the apple if you didn't win. So 2 for 1 next week giveaway. We're doing it. It's really starting to happen. So let's look at what today's episode is about, and it is a thrift store haul, pure and simple, mom and pop, garden variety, standard issue thrift store haul, starting at Christian Crossing. Oh yeah, while we're on the subject of giveaways, hey, I've got 2 unclaimed prizes, A.A. Wagner and Husky of the Valley. You've got to email me, midmodmoney@gmail.com, and claim your prizes. Send me your address. I can get these to you. Otherwise, I don't know how to do it. Husky of the Valley, A.A. Wagner. Claim your prizes. Loyal subscribers. I'm sure you just missed a week. All right. Here is the first thing I found. A teapot from the UK. It's a bleeding teapot, isn't it? This is a fine teapot. And my research guy told me this teapot was worth about $30. And then in between the time she told me and she told me what it was, I never wrote it down. So it is from the UK. Very nice daisy pattern. Probably 80s. Cool looking teapot. I paid $3.50 for a $30 teapot. Next thing I found. Now this was amazing. Now here's the thing. I found this glass hippo with the painted eyeballs. You see that? How adorable is this? I found this at Englander's Antique Mall. Now here's the thing about shopping at antique malls. Usually antique people know what they have, and they're not going to sell something for way cheaper than what it's worth. Well, they did in this particular instance, because when I saw this, the first thing I thought was, I've never seen a glass hippo. I've seen glass animals, fish, what have you. Never seen a hippo. And I also noticed it was signed underneath. So when I go to look it up, sure enough, Fenton Glass, a very collectible company, Fenton made these glass hippos, and they painted them in various colors and accoutrements. Like some of them have clothes, and whoever painted it is the one who signed it. And that's what my research guy told me. I had no clue. So she found out that whoever signed it is the one who painted these adorable eyes on there, or clothes, or what. They're all different. I didn't see a lot of blue. So this blue one might be a little rarer than most, but they generally go between $80 and $100. I'm going to say $79 because I only paid $12. And that's a nice find from a dealer. Sometimes dealers think, I know what this is worth. I'll just put 12 bucks on it. I'm guilty of that sometimes, but my research guy, she'll look it up, and she is smart as a whip. Next thing I found, this. Now here's something. I was in Christian Crossing in Oakland, Maryland, and I look down and I see this, and it just gives me this Age of Aquarius kind of vibe, like when the moon, that whole thing. This is an incredible butter dish, but it's not old. Like I thought, I was like, this has got to be 60s. I go underneath, made in China. I'm like, who made this? My research guy informs me that this is made by Anthropologie. And I was like, well, what's Anthropologie? And she goes, oh my God, everything's $100 at least. So believe it or not, this is a $100 butter dish. I think the cheapest one I saw was $79. So I'm thinking, I mean, that's plus shipping. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to get around 70 to 80 bucks for this Anthropologie butter dish, which pretty cool. They did it. They hit it out of the park because it looks like it's 1960s all over again when you see something like that. All right, next thing I found, some real 60s ceramics. I was at a garage sale not 2 blocks from my home, driving by, minding my own business, and I saw this basket of ceramic vegetables. Yeah. And I got no price. I'm like, how much? $3. Take my money, kind sir. This is incredible. The thing about ceramic fruit and ceramic vegetables, and I'm not saying I'm an expert, but some might, these are hard to find in perfect condition. Over time, nicks, dings, cracks, they just don't last. So this one being in perfect condition and having the full variety of vegetables, you got your carrots, your garlic, your red pepper, your eggplant, your the bean pod there, the cauliflower. Ooh, cauliflower. But super cool. This is worth about $35 in this condition. And I always feel like these are undervalued because to find a really nice one, they're probably worth more. I wish someone had signed and dated it, but they did not. Next thing I found at Christian Crossing Thrift Store, and I don't mind sometimes paying, you know, paying up for things, and this was one of, look at the eyes. Look how tired. Is he tired? I don't know. This owl looks like he spent too much time in Jamaica, perhaps. Even though it is from Nassau. I think that's Bahamas, right? Hand-carved wood owl. Massive. 14 inches top to bottom. Maybe, actually, it could be 16. But this is the feature that made me say, you know what? I cannot leave this here. I am going to pay $25. I'd like to steal this. I'd like to, like, you know, pay $2 or $3, find it at a, no way. These people knew what they had, and this big a carved owl with this unforgettable facial feature makes this probably in the $75. Some owl collector will just go off. And again, this is hand-carved, one of a kind. I don't know if Martin is the man's name who carved it, but to me, it's worth about $75. So I said, you know what? I'll pay the $25, onward and upward. Next thing I found, I love this. I love the 80s, and this coffee maker by Salton was made in 1984, and I know that because I looked up the model number. I don't remember where it is, but we looked it up. 1984. This coffee maker, I paid $4. It's actually an espresso machine. I guess I don't want to sound like a rube. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. This is an espresso machine. It's not espresso, it's espresso. And this coffee maker goes between $80 and $100. That is unbelievable. They don't all have that red tray, so that's a nice feature because it gives it a pop of color. But this was made in 1984. Still works. I ran some coffee through it just a few days ago. Works like a charm. Salton. Look for it. Ask for it by name. Next thing I found at my Goodwill in Oakland, Maryland. Look at this. This is a dog, what is it? Dog playing baseball poster, print. It's a print, but here's the thing. As amazing as this is, and it is amazing. He's got the high leg kick. He's got the tobacco. He's got a chaw of tobacco in his mouth. There is not an example of this on all of the internet. Like when you run this through Google Lens, nothing comes up. So I think I'm going to have to take this out of the frame to see if it's got a mark at the bottom or who made this, because it's fantastic. It's massive. It was $10. And it's definitely vintage. I mean, this is This is probably 70s. Very whimsical dog. As a picture, I think I'm going to ask, because it is so big, like look how big this is. I'm going to ask 48 bucks. I'll make 38, almost 40 bucks off a baseball playing dog. All right, we're down to our last item. Let's get it. Let's get it, America and abroad. This is my final. Dun, 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 dun. This is a plant stand. Now, before you go, this is no big deal. I've seen plant stands before. This is a rattan wicker plant stand, and it is as nice as you'll ever find. This stuff is very fragile. Nothing is broken. Boho is hugely popular right now. See these lines right here? This was marked $20. I bought this at Delano's in Terra Alta, West Virginia. Like the second time I was ever in there. They had this for 20 bucks. I said, would you take 15? Little negotiation. He said yes. And I walked out with this for $15 in perfect shape. Now, I did not see an exact copy of this, but I can tell you this. The similar ones were in the $100 to $150 range. And none of them had this circular thing, right? And this could even be like Italian. This could be like old Italian rattan. And that stuff gets pretty expensive. Like if you were to see this on Cherish or First Dibs, something like this would be probably 200 bucks. So I'm gonna ask 100 for it. If I have to lower it to 79, I'm still making, you know, $70 off of a plant stand. So let's take a look what I found. I spent $75 on everything. 75 bucks. When it's all said and done, through my booths at the antique malls, maybe some eBay, I'm looking at 515 off of 75. So 400 and change profit. Not bad. And you can do it too. Keep watching my program, you know. Remember to hit that like button, huh? I'll hold you to that. And let's take a look at what you can win. First spin of the prize wheel next week will take home this beautiful, understated yarn art. Look at that yarn art. Some fine yarn art. There's little birds. I love all the details about this based on the color. This is mid to late 70s, unsigned, so who knows who did it. Hangs on the wall there. Could go in any room, but I see this perhaps in your kitchen. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. That's the first spin of the prize wheel. Next spin of the prize wheel. Where are my dog people at? These chalkware dogs are old, probably 60s. Remember these? You get the little hangers. And look how dumb this guy looks. These are just cool little like home accents. I loved these two dogs wearing the bows. These could be yours. Second spin of the prize wheel next week will win these dogs. I'm giving away 2 prizes next week. I must be insane. Thanks for watching my program. Remember to hit that like button. 3,000 subscribers and growing. You guys remember, always round up.